Hello everyone, Carson here, and in today's video I am going to be telling you how to build your own landing page on Squarespace.com. Now just a reminder that I'll drop a link in the description if you want to pick up your own Squarespace account and receive special discounts. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Now Squarespace is a very good website builder, a very good CMS or content management system. Now one of the most common ways to actually use Squarespace is to build landing pages for your website, because landing pages, essentially, if you don't know what that means when you're advertising, when you're marketing your product, you're trying to bring people to your website to make those sales, to get that return on your investment. So when you do that, when you build this landing page, essentially you want it very bold and you want it to stand out quite a bit, and this is where Squarespace comes in, because Squarespace is a very good website builder, and the way Squarespace works is actually very good when it comes to building a landing page. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and run you through how to build a landing page on Squarespace.com. Now as you can see here, we're on my dashboard as we've been on all my Squarespace tutorials so far, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and hit create website. Now it's going to go ahead and load up this engine so I can go ahead and create a website, and what we're going to do is that we're actually going to pick launch page under the type. Now that's essentially a landing page. So once we pick that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and scroll down and find a page which we think will look good as a starting template, as a starting place for our landing page. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and find a nice landing page. Now as you can see, there's a bunch of nice ones here. They're all very good. They all look perfect, but this one I actually really like. I think that looks very nice and very clean. So we're going to go ahead and start with that design, and it's going to go ahead and load up our website so we can get started on editing it. Now once it loads up, obviously we're going to have to fill out a few little boxes of information, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's essentially just your site title, and then you can go ahead and skip the rest of the setup because I'm going to be taking you through that setup on this tutorial. Now as you can see, I went ahead and filled out the site title, and here we are on the landing page right here. Now as you can see, we're just scrolling down right now, and it's very clean and very beautiful, but what we need to do is we need to get started on customizing this landing page for our website, for our customers, because honestly we're not selling pickles. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to go ahead and hit this edit button, and it's going to open up our landing page editing program. Now once we get in this editing program, we can go ahead and start editing the background and editing all the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this section where it says the section, and then we're going to hit edit right over here to the right. And what that's going to do is that's going to pop up this little section, editing block. So what I can do from here is I can go ahead and navigate to the background tab where it lets me change the image I want as a background for this section, because we're not selling pickles. So all you're going to have to do is hit this replace button and then navigate to the image of the product you want to sell. Now let's say I want to sell cameras as an example, so I went ahead and I picked a picture which I'm just going to use as a background. Now obviously, since this is your landing page and your product, you're going to be using a custom image, but for me it doesn't matter. So I went ahead and I put this image right on my landing page. As you can see, it already looks super nice. Now a few things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change this title, because this ain't a pickle. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click in this box, and we're going to go ahead and edit it and change the word from pickle, because it isn't a pickle. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we can also customize a few other things as well. So as you can see, I went ahead and edited the title and made it really attractive for any potential customers. Now one thing you may notice is all the text is really white, and because of this image it just doesn't look as good, but we're going to fix that in a few minutes, so you don't have to worry about that yet. What we're going to do now though is we're going to go ahead and go to the shop button, and we're going to go ahead and hit edit. From here, as you can see, it pulls up the editing box for the shop button. Now what you can do is you can paste the link to your shop right here, or you can just hit the settings icon and choose the page from your page editor. From there, that's going to link to your shop. So that's where essentially that's your call to action for this landing page. Now you can also change the design if you want, but I like the design as it is. Now we're going to go ahead and scroll down and go ahead and customize these other sections. So here what you're going to do is obviously just change the text and customize it for your own landing page. And then another thing you're going to do is obviously on each of these images, you just highlight the image by clicking on it, and then you hit the edit button right above the image, and then you can go ahead and change the image. It's because this is an image taken directly from the shop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to change that in a few minutes. But then once you select the image, once you select the proper images, you would hit apply. Then all you're going to do is obviously change this shop button again to make sure it's going to your shop, and then of course change this image as well. And if you want to add a title, you would just click right here and add some content, add some copywriting. Make sure you have your USP or unique selling proposition on your landing page. This is just an extra tip for you, but that's very important if you want to sell your product. So you're just obviously going to go through the entire page, customize everything, and then once you're done, you just hit done and then hit save changes. Now it's going to save the changes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over to pages right here, and as you can see, we have a shop page already set up for the demo. What we're going to do though is we're going to go ahead and click on that. Let's go ahead and click on that and just see how it looks. So as you can see, we've got our little shop here of all our products, which is very nice. But what we can do instead is if you want to edit the products, you can click these and you can go ahead and edit them if you want. Now a very nice thing it has is, as you can see, it has a step-by-step process for you when you're starting to sell products online. So what you can do is you can just hit go to steps, and it will take you through all of the steps for selling on Squarespace. But we're not going to do that right now. What we're just going to do is go back to our home page. This image is too bright, and I think the color scheme in general is too bright for this white font color. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and head over to design and then click on the site styles icon. Now from here, we're going to change the fonts and make sure our fonts are the ones we want. Now I do like this font, so I'm going to keep it that way. What we can do though is we can go to the headings, and if we want to change the heading size a bit, we can do that a bit if we want. You don't have to though. As you can see, I made this a bit bigger because I like it that way. We're going to go back though, and we're going to change the color now. So we're going to head back to site styles and go ahead and hit on colors. Now from the color palette, what we can do is we can hit edit and change the palette to something we want. Now as you can see, there's a bunch of different color palettes here, and we can change the palette to make it just look nicer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a very nice dark palette, and as you can see, our text is already standing out, which is very, very nice for our website. I really like this color palette. Super clean, super black and white, just very, very clean and kind of technological, since this is a landing page for cameras, but you would pick the colors you want. So what we're going to do is go ahead and hit done and hit save changes. Now from here, what we're going to do is obviously it's going to save and load back. From here, we're going to navigate back to the home, and then we're going to hit pages one more time and make sure all our pages are set up. You can edit the other pages as well, but we're going through the landing page right now. One last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit edit on the landing page once more. I'm going to double click on the text, and then I'm going to change the first letter of each word to capital, because the reason you do this is actually the easiest way, and it gains the most attention from your customers. People will see this easier, and they'll be able to understand it easier than if the first letter of each word is not capitalized. Once I do that though, I'm going to be done. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the done button and hit save. From there, it's going to save, and we can navigate back to our home, and then if we want to publish it, all we have to do is hit settings, hit site availability, and change that to public. Then your website will be up and your landing page will be ready for people to view. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Now if you do have any questions for me, just drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to respond. Also, just a reminder that I do have a link in the description if you want to receive special discounts on your Squarespace account. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and have a great day.